No, I can't. What the fuck is going on? Fuck's sakes. Thank you. Uh, so what's fun is when you mentioned it before, I went to try and fix it, and then I started talking again, and apparently it didn't fucking fix it because I needed to restart my goddamn mic. I apologize for being frustrated, or for my frustrated tone, but I'm getting real sick of this every single time I start stream. There's a ridiculous amount of fucking stuff that I don't get to deal with until like an hour plus into my stream. Okay, so my apologies. Like I don't know what it is. Like after you had mentioned it the first time, I tried to fix it, and then I was talking, and then nothing else was mentioned about it, which I figured the situation was fixed. Yet apparently it wasn't. So I spent the last 15 minutes talking to myself again after I thought I fixed the problem. Yay me! No, I don't mute myself though. I don't have a mute button. I don't use a mute button. Um, it's and like what? Also, I if I get what you're saying though, but I mean, if I'm gonna just paint and not interact, I'll just record myself painting and upload it to my YouTube. If I'm streaming, I want to interact. I'm not just gonna say to hell with it. Because as I said while I was muted, apparently, or rather while my mic wasn't working, apparently, I may not be a top end streamer, but I want my quality to be good or at least passable. And more, it's not. That's not happening, and it's frustrating. And like because I'm effectively a nobody streamer, which I'm not saying it to be self-deprecating or anything like that, but because of the fact that I'm essentially a nobody streamer, I don't end up noticing or hearing about these things until an hour plus into my stream because I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know. But as I said when you had mentioned about your laser, it's awesome that you're getting one. I've been considering getting one for my 3016 uh, CNC that I have. But considering the upgrade to a laser cutter from a CNC for the 3016 is about the same amount as my little mini CNC cost in the first place, it's one of those purchases that I keep fucking. Oh, I know. It's frustrating, especially when like I have anxiety and self-esteem issues as it is, and when shit stops working, like to be 100% honest, if I was just going to say to hell with it, I just would have typed in chat, I'm done for the night, stream is over, and I just would have ended it. To be 100% honest. Fuck, I think I've done that once or twice in the past where I've been like, you know what? No, this is too much stress for one day. This is supposed to be fun times for me, not stress times. Oh fuck. No, with something like that, I will at least try on my end to fuck with things before I'll be like, yeah, you're gonna need to increase it, because I know for a fact that like when it comes to streaming or video content creation, as much as it sounds fucked, audio is more important than video. And for like basically for anybody who may be kind of going, the fuck do you mean by that? Most people watch streams while they're doing other shit. So like you want your audio quality to at the very least be as good as you can get it. Exactly. Eggs fucking exactly. So like when my video is scuffed, okay, I'll fuck with that and I'll do what I can, and then if it's not working properly, I'll be like, well, it's you're just gonna have to deal with it for now. When it comes to audio issues, I have to fix that shit right away. I think I painted that white previously, but you know what? We're gonna go with the blue. I think that'll look better. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I may be a nobody streamer at the end of the day, but I still know, the basics on what you kind of need to have a decent stream. Though it is kind of unfortunate that like mini painter content consumers on Twitch are like 100% in the minority. Like, yeah, we have our own category now, but still. It's actually kind of funny. So, like a while ago, and when I say a while, I'm talking like 6, 8 months ago. While I was still somewhat active on Twitter, I ended up actually getting into a debate with another streamer who like does that whole tries to give stream advice and stuff like that on Twitter, and we're talking about like viewership and stuff like that. And they kept telling me, "Oh, your category doesn't matter. Your category doesn't matter. People are gonna watch you." You know what? Nah. People are gonna watch the content they want to see. People who want to see mini painting content or watch somebody for mini painting content aren't necessarily really going to be wanting to watch them play video games or do just sit there and have just chatting streams. It happens. Like if I suddenly pivoted to doing political content, I don't think I would have much of an audience anymore. At least it would take a while for like like any sort of audience that I had would tank until like new people found me type deal. And until the people who wanted the political content found me, I should say. Because like let's be honest. Would you all come and watch my streams if I was just talking about political shit? Complaining about how the US wants to say Canada should be the 51st state? And complaining about the fucking conservative politicians here in Canada? Oh, also, actually, I should probably put it in the chat rules, but anybody who mentions anything about Canada becoming the 51st state will get muted and put on timeout. Just gonna throw that out there. It is not a funny haha joke. Oh, actually, there is another spot I wanted to. Hit with this. I was gonna use. Ah, no, I was gonna use this bit. Considering your aversion to cold, I would suggest coming here in like our summer. Oh, 100%. But I mean, like, even with that, like, me trash talking Nazis because fuck Nazis, um, it is one thing. But, like, if I made all of my content that, I think there would be some people who would have an issue. And while, yes, it is up to me to do the content I want to do, um, I think it would be quite the dip. Well, I say quite the dip, but yeah, exactly. Like, we're here to have a good time. I don't want it. Like, we're not gonna make this a political channel. Although I do, as everybody has seen, touch on politics every now and again. Um, but like, this is a channel for shit talking. Although to be fair, I think the vast majority of my shit talking usually ends up going towards companies like Games Workshop or Wizards of the Coast or AK fucking Interactive Paints. Never buy from AK. They're a terrible, terrible company that supports Nazis. Okay, actually, that might be slightly exaggerating. But they did use Nazi imagery to try and sell fucking diorama supplies, so fuck those people. They crossed the line that thou shalt not cross. You know, kind of a small part of me wishes I had the cash to actually like set up a company and call it Wizards of the Wizards of the Land or something like that, or Wizards of the Lake, I think. Ooh, actually, here we go. Because I'm Canadian, instead of Wizards of the Coast, Blizzards of the Coast. Get two companies pissed off at me all at once. Specifically, two companies who have been known for their shitty business practices in the past. Hit. Yeah, we hit this side with the. I do not live in PEI. I live in Ontario. Oh, that would be perfect. Fuck, I could do that if I was living in either PEI or on Vancouver Island. And if anybody is curious why I have it take issues with Blizzard, it's because for at least the longest while they treated their female employees very, very, very poorly. And we like the ladies around here. We need to put more gray on this bastard. Ah, over here. Oh shit! They apparently they just treated everybody poorly. Like to be 100% honest, the because like there I can't remember. It was right around the time that Diablo. Well, it was actually around the time that the pre-orders for Diablo 2 Resurrected happened. That the news about their treatment of, at the very least, their female staff had dropped, and I was like, well, fuck. I've already pre-ordered D2R. Looks like I'm not buying Diablo 4, and I have not bought Diablo 4. No, it wasn't just like it was. They generally treated most of their staff poorly, but like It was more the fact that like if I okay, so this is me because I didn't like it's not something I memorized, but as far as I know, they were letting like sexual harassment kind of slip through the cracks and shit like that. It was not just like work treatment, but like the fact that they were letting fucking sexual harassment going on. And like that's not fucking cool. Like you don't do that. Like really, if you're running a business, you should be treating all of your staff properly. But I mean, that being said, the last place that I worked for tried to make me apologize to somebody who threatened me with a steel fucking brick just because I offended them. It is so. It is a like a brick, like a block of steel, the rectangular fucking. Yeah, just shape of a brick, but made out of steel. It's basically it's a weight for our material. It was well, it's a weight for the material that's used there. But yeah, fucking dude had was throwing fucking garbage on the floor, and I went to like clean it up because you don't fucking do that. And then yeah, when he started screaming at me about it, I walked up to him. I'm like, just dude, just like don't throw your shit on the floor. There, like, if you need to throw it in the dumpster, walk it over to the dumpster and make sure it goes into the dumpster, not on the floor, because that's a safety hazard. Dude yelled at me. Dude yelled at me. Dude yelled at me. And as I kind of got frustrated, like he had ended up moving to the back of his machine, picked up the brick and like raised it like he was gonna throw it at me. His excuse was he was just gonna use it as a weight to hold down the material so that he could tape it on the back of the machine, at the back of the machine, which is a bullshit fucking lie. However, the HR guy had decided that I was also at fault because me continuing to talk to the guy that threatened me offended him, so I needed to apologize for offending him. I would love to tell you I'm joking. Really would. Um, we're gonna extend that gray. And then yeah, HR guy's like, "Oh yeah, I promise it'll never happen again." Okay, whatever. Few months go past. I can't remember exactly what happened. Oh, that's what it was. So we were told that we couldn't shut our machines down until quarter to like basically 15 minutes before like we had to keep our machines going until at the very earliest 15 minutes before we were done for the night. Dude shuts off his machine at like and like we're end of shift was midnight. Dude shuts off his machine at like 11:15. Like or sorry, no, it was like 11:20. So I'm like, I kind of just shout across the room, "Hey, aren't we supposed to keep our machines going until like quarter two?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, so I raise my voice and say it again, not like The same tone of voice that I'm speaking to you in right now. Fucking dude starts yelling at me. I like he ends up going to get the supervisor, and like supervisor comes to talk to me, and I let her know like, look, this is like I was just asking, like he shut his machine down at like 11:20. So I was just asking what's going on because you told us we needed to keep our machine up until X time. Fucking the next day, or no, later that night, dude starts yelling at me from across the room. As I'm waiting for my Uber to go home, he stops his car in front of me, threatens me. He's like, "Oh, I'll find you. You don't want me to get out of my car." This, that, and the other thing, and then speeds off. The next day at the beginning of shift, like not well, at the beginning of shift, he starts kind of yelling at me. Then, like a couple of hours later, fucking he makes another threat, and at this point, I pull out my camera. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna record this interaction. He fucking runs to go get the supervisor because I started recording him, and like when you fucking threaten me, he's like, "Oh, I'll find you after work." That whole fucking high school fucking bullshit. Fine, like he makes that threat. So I pull out my phone to start recording. He runs to go get the supervisor. I let the supervisor know what happened. He ends up getting let go. 2 days later, I get pulled into HR and receive a written warning because apparently I asked him, "Why the fuck did you turn your machine off?" That was what the dude claimed I said. Like the guy who threatened me. That's what he claimed I said. HR wouldn't investigate it. They're like, "Oh, they said you said this, so that's what you said." Yeah. And then last month they restructured me out of my position Oh yeah. Like honestly, I think they were trying to figure out a way so that they could fire me with cause. I think that was what they were kind of angling towards. Because with Canadian labor laws, you can be fired without cause. However, well, actually, I should say with the Ontario labor laws at the very least, you can be fired without cause. However, um, if they do fire you without cause, they have to pay you in lieu of notice. And that's on top of any sort of like severance pay that you get. Like that's government mandated. So like I think they were trying to figure out a way that they could like fire me without having to pay me. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't. So they just had to see here. Constructive dismissal has a different definition. Basically, with constructive dismissal here is when they change. It's basically when they change your job duties to something that you effectively can't do. But yeah, like essentially, it got to the point where they were like, "Yeah, we're restructuring your department." Which okay, and I know this is me ranting again, but is kind of bullshit considering they could have just moved me to another cell if they were restructuring. Oh, the cat? The cat is fine. She is sleeping behind me. She is being a floof. Pardon me. But yeah, it's other than the fact that I'm, not currently employed, I'm glad I'm out of that place because it was at like, oh, they also got upset with me saying I'm here for a paycheck. Like, I'm here to do my job, get my check, and go home. And the HR guy was like, well, that hurts me that you say that. I'm like, dude, literally the only reason I'm here is so that I can pay my bills. That's it. That's the only reason I was at that specific place because I was making $23 an hour. Sorry, actually 22.95 an hour. But like yeah, like I was there to do my job to the best of my ability so that I had the money to come home and, so I had money to pay for my internet and pay for my other hobbies so I could hang out with you chucklefucks. Okay, so we're gonna move on to doing some metallics. Ooh, actually. Okay, we're gonna save the rifleman for last because I have an idea for something I want to do. I just need to find the like tiny masking tape that I bought to do it. I think it'll look cool. But foist knuckles. Okay, metallics. That's what we're working on right now. Not that one. Not that one. That one. I've also come to the conclusion recently that I need to find a place locally that carries Vallejo fucking paints. Um, Mostly I've been using inks. Specifically, the Vallejo paint that I'm looking for is their paint. Is their metallic medium. Because then that way I can just make my own metallics. Because I still have like a bunch of the Vallejo model color metallics like from their metallic set, but like Hobby Lobby isn't a thing for me. But Hobby Lobby is one of those places that I wouldn't shop at. I think they're one of there's a reason why I don't like Hobby Lobby. Can't remember what it is. Yeah, like from what I remember, they're kind of a bad company. Um, but no, like the I used to have some metallic medium. I actually still have the bottle. But the shop that yeah, I knew about the Uber Christian part. I didn't really realize the and that usually kind of goes hand in hand with Well, yeah, that generally goes hand in hand with anti-gay and anti-abortion. I didn't know about the selling stolen antiques though. That one is a new one. Did not the one that Oh, interesting. I might have to take a look at that. Do some searching after stream. 'Cause, yeah, that's exceptionally shitty. Like, I'm honestly even iffy on going to like Michael's, which is our like big art store chain that we have locally. Because like even most of my inks, I either get them off of Amazon or I go to the local actual art store, like one of the smaller actual like art stores in town. You know, I never get it. It sucks that I never get like the banner ad breaks that I see other streamers get. It's always the full screen ones that make it so that people can't hear me. Still coming. But yeah, like one of the reasons why I want to get some metallic medium is I want to make my own gunmetal blue. Because if I'm going to be honest, the Vallejo gunmetal blue is way too blue. Like it's not even believable gunmetal blue. It's like cartoony blue. Which I mean, I guess with like some cleanup work, you could make like with some cleanup, you could make it work and sell the effect. I just think it's fucking ugly. So basically, what I want to do is I want to take some of the Vallejo metallic medium and attempt to make some gunmetal blue using Payne's gray. And have like a darker, more like blue black metal. I think that would look pretty cool. And then I could also do stuff like making a very desaturated, like light blue metallic to use for like, mithril or magical like fucking metal weapons and shit like that. And I mean, I guess I could, because the Vallejo stuff is I believe that uses mica powder. So I could probably just get the mica powder and do it myself if I really, really wanted to. You don't have any vent looking bits on you. You do. Ooh. Do like a purple metallic using like purple lake or something like that as the actual like coloring pigment. That would look pretty fucking hot. That actually would work real as much as I don't really paint 40K stuff anymore. That would actually be really good for like Slaneshi troops. Fuck, actually work even really it'd work really well for Tzeentch demons as well. Like for like their ritual daggers and shit like that. That would actually look really fucking cool. White cleanup, but that's fine. Or have like a red metallic to start. to use as like the start for a glow effect, where you want to have like glowing metal. So like you start with the red metallic and then you go over it with like your orange, or actually no, you would start with an orange metallic and then go over with your like darker reds and shit like that. Like, and I know I could just like learn how to do NMM and do it that way, but yeah, I'm not even gonna come up with an excuse.
First blood!
Oh, there was. I don't know why that didn't go on there. Uh, hey there, Rico. How's things? Ah, we'll do it that way. Okay. Um, Interesting. Brush that. And caffeinating. And I 100% appreciate that. I set that up, or did I think about setting that up and didn't? Nope, I thought about setting it up and didn't. One of these days, I will set up a shout out to shout your. I do believe you use Kofi or coffee to shout your store page out because everybody should have your dice. Hey, hey, your dice were a really big good luck charm for me on Sunday night with my podcast stream. We were playing Lasers and Feelings, and I don't think I failed one roll. Or when I was playing Masks this weekend, it like they were they did very good. They did very well. I still need to get around to attempting to sculpt some custom dice for an idea that I have, and then I need to get some silicone so that I can learn how to actually cast my own dice. Z, welcome in. How are you doing, Monsieur? How was your raid, or how was your stream? What all did you get up to? Thank you for the raid. Raiders, welcome in. What were y'all working on tonight? There we go. No vents on the back, so I just have the front of the LRM pod to paint. Ooh, very nice. As you can see, I am painting up some Battlletech, and I am currently doing a pseudo winter camo scheme. I do know that like this would not hide very well in the really real world. Go there. That goes over there. Because I think camouflage paint on a multi-story mech wouldn't really do very much. Especially when you bring things like sensors into play. Well, like, okay, so visually, it may do a little bit, but like when you have sensors that can pick up the heat from the reactor in your mech, or residual heat in the reactor of your, standby, on standby mech, I think that's gonna like cancel any benefit doing a camel paint job on your mech would do. Just throwing that out there. But I mean, at the same time, I generally run on the rule of cool. If it looks cool, I'm gonna fucking do it. Or rather, if I think it looks cool, I'm going to do it. Oh, yeah, I have your pew pew that needs to be painted. And I mean, I honestly, I kind of have the same opinion about the whole like generic Cadian paint scheme for 40K with like, oh yeah, we're gonna paint camo. But most advanced things that the guard are gonna be fighting generally are going to have some sort of sensors in their like headgear that are going to be able to see them even when surrounded by forested area. Because I'm sorry, you can try and tell me that like camouflage fatigues and camo paint on someone's face would fool a Necron all you want, but it wouldn't. Necrons would be able to see through that shit. Chaos Space Marines would be able to see through that shit. Like there's a case for Chaos Space Marines being able to see through that shit in the fiction. Now, granted, I'm specifically getting this from like the Night Lords books because they have, I think it's Prey Sight or whatever it is, which turns their fucking vision into essentially predator vision. Well, actually, they would cover themselves in mud, and that would mask their heat signature, like it did to Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Predator, which that would not work for very long. Just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, like you can't tell me that the Necrons just see the same way as most fucking fleshy eye, like most people with fleshy eyeballs. Nah. Though not gonna lie, I do find it amusing that GW was like, we want to have skeletons in our sci-fi shoot 'em up game. Oh, let's make them metal skeletons. You've seen the Terminator, right? Let's make them look like that. I'm not even gonna attempt a British accent. Okay. Alrighty, we got the first round of metallics on. You and you. Oh wait, no. You and you do not go off to the side now. But fuck, even Space Marines, I think, in their novels have described them having shit like night vision and whatnot, or some sort of other, some otherwise sort of like heat vision type deal, like like infrared fucking vision. So like, you can't tell me that some dude in fatigues, camo paint on, would be able to hide from that shit. That's just not gonna happen. Yeah, we'll use you. Party position. Okay, so I'm gonna do that thing that I do with the cockpit glass that's kind of cheating for doing Battletech minis. And I'm gonna do candy coat because I think that looks a lot cooler doing it that way. And it's easier than doing it the right way. We're gonna take some of the Molotov Chrome. And that's gonna be our first layer. Do that for the inside of the PPC barrels as well. I don't know where the fucking cockpit is on that one, so that one's gonna have to. This one's nice and easy. This is a big old fucking cockpit set of cockpit glass. I'll move that a little closer to where the camera can see. To be nice and shiny. I do so love Molotov Chrome for doing this. Um, it's fucking great. Alrighty. I think what we're gonna do, though, is I think we're gonna call it here because I do need to give those canopies time to chill out and cure before I take the next steps. So 2 jiggles of Jackrabbit's ass over here. We're gonna clean off the brush a little bit. Plop that in its home. We're gonna hit a button, and then we're gonna go over to the couch and see who we can throw a raid out to. So give me just one moment. Alrighty then. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna